Child, come closer. I have words for you that I do not speak to everyone. Words of deep restoration that will reach the very core of who you are. My gentle eyes have been on you, and I am now ready to lead you to a place of rest you have never known. I saw when parts of you started to shut down, when you lost the will to fight, and when you wondered if you still had anything to offer. Then I spoke a word over your life that will change everything. The places that have gone numb are getting life again from me. If you are ready to receive that life again right now, type Amen in the comments to show that you are ready for this restoration. Don't scroll any further. Say yes to it. Allow yourself to agree with what I say over you. Please get this. Every seed you plant in this mission helps us follow Jesus' command to reach all the world. By buying me a coffee through the link in the description or the pinned comment, you help spread the gospel to people who might never set foot in a church. This isn't about having the platform. This is to honor the name of Jesus and reach out to hearts that are looking for answers but are quiet. Matthew 28:19 in the Gospel tells us that Jesus wants us to go and make disciples. You help that command go on when you give. Your kindness gives someone who is struggling with hope. It turns into truth for someone who is confused. It turns into light in real darkness. Gospel of Luke 6:38 says, "Give, and it will be given to you." This is not a threat. It is a promise. God moves in ways you can't see when you let go of what you're holding on to. If this message moved you, have faith and answer it. Get a coffee. Plant a seed. Take part in what God is doing right now. I'm putting peace in your heart that goes beyond everything you're going through. It's not just comfort. This is the rising again. You've been going through days that seemed like they would never end. Days that blended together into months of just trying to stay alive. When morning came, you woke up feeling fearful instead of hopeful. You didn't know if you had the strength to make it through another 24 hours. That's right. You did what you had to do, not because you wanted to. You laughed when you were supposed to laugh, smiled when you were supposed to smile, and worked when you were supposed to work. And on the inside, you were falling apart. You were losing parts of yourself that you didn't know how to get back. You stopped having dreams since they hurt too much. Life seemed to crush your hopes for better things every time you let them happen. As soon as you dared to think that things could be different, they showed you that they might not. You stopped. You turned off the part of you that thought about a different future. The part of you that dared to want more was locked away. You buried the part of you that thought happiness was possible. You told yourself this was smart. This was self-defense. This was the mature way to deal with disappointment. But it wasn't smart. The death was slow. You stopped hoping because it seemed like hoping would only lead to more disappointment. You had faith before. You had prayed before. You had faith in the past. Where did it lead you? Right here, in this place where I'm tired, confused, and not sure if anything matters. You chose not to expect anything because you didn't want to get hurt again. You lowered your hopes until they were so low that you could no longer be let down for any reason. But it was also impossible to lift you. You were not able to fly. It was too hard for you to fully experience what I wanted to give you because you were too busy keeping yourself safe. You gave up the fight because you were sick of losing. Through every fight, every hard time, and every emergency, you kept getting back up, trying again, and moving forward. You thought you were making progress, but something always set you back. You thought you were finally making progress, but something always set you back. Long story short, all of those losses wore you down to the point where you could no longer fight. You gave up, but not to me. You gave up to the situation. You gave up and waved the white flag. But what you thought was the end was really just a divine pause. It wasn't with indifference or disappointment that I watched you fall apart. I held you together while I got you ready for what was going to happen next. You did not believe you were breaking apart. I saw work being done. You thought that everything was going wrong. I saw the rebuilding. You thought you were going to lose. Strategic repositioning was what I saw. From my point of view, what looked like defeat was actually a divine setup. Also, what's coming next needs a version of you that I can only make. Not the strong person who tries to handle everything on their own. Not the person you think you are when you know everything. Not the weak version of yourself that acts strong all the time. The one who knows how to lean into me, draw from me, and depend on me for every breath. The you who has been through enough to know that you can't do anything without me, but everything is possible with me. Pay attention to what I say now, not just with your ears, even if you can hear or see them. Listen with your spirit, with the part of you that knows my voice. Listen from that place, even when your mind is foggy and your feelings are too strong. These aren't just nice words meant to make you feel better for a short time. The power to change everything they touch lies in these living words. Let my voice get to the places inside you that have been bleeding, the cuts that no one else can see. Even the people you care about most don't know how much pain you're in because you're so good at hiding it. You keep your grief to yourself because you don't think anyone would understand, because you're afraid of what people would think if they knew. You've never told anyone about your shame. It's the fear that takes over you when you're alone with your thoughts. Let my voice go to all of those places. You have worked so hard to be strong, to keep it together, and to keep going even though you were breaking inside. You went to work even though you were lazy. You took care of things even though you were so tired you could hardly stand. You helped other people even when you needed help yourself. No one saw how much it would cost. No one knew how hard it was for you to keep going. No one knew that you were barely holding on by a thread, that you were running on fumes, and that you were one crisis away from disaster. To be strong, though, you can't act like everything is fine when it's not. Putting on a brave face when you are dying inside is not being strong. Being strong doesn't mean making other people think you're fine when you're actually falling apart inside. That's not being strong. There you have performance. That is staying alive. Putting on a brave face. That is slowly hurting yourself. Letting me carry what you were never meant to carry alone is what real strength is. It takes real strength to know that you can't do this by yourself. Being weak enough to ask for help is what makes you strong. We need to help you. I'm needed. Giving up is where real strength lies, not trying to get it. Real strength comes from relying on me, not from being free from everyone else. You don't need to work harder either. No, I'm not going to add anything else to your already long list of duties. I'm not telling you to get stronger willpower, make more rules, or be more determined. I want you to stop trying so hard and let me bring you back to life. Let me carry the load. I'll fight the fights. Let me handle the things you've been taking care of by yourself. Let me be God in your life, not just in theory, but in real, everyday ways. In the Bible, there is a woman whose story is similar to yours in ways you might not have known. 12 years had passed since she last bled. 12 years. Take a look at that. Her life went on for 12 years with no ending, no healing, and no hope that things would ever get better. 12 years of facing the same problem, pain and shame every day when they woke up. For 12 years, she watched as her life went downhill, while everyone else's seemed to get better, make progress, and have miracles happen. She gave all of her money to doctors who couldn't help her. She used every tool, saved every penny, and had every connection she could. She tried treatment after treatment, doctor after doctor, and remedy after remedy. But nothing helped. In fact, the gospel says that while they were taking care of her, she got worse instead of better. She paid people to help her, but things got worse for her. This person took her money and gave her nothing in return but more pain and less hope. As her life force left her, she got weaker and weaker. Her health was getting worse. The bleeding itself wasn't even the worst part. The religious system told her she was dirty and that other people shouldn't touch her or be near her. She lived alone and wasn't able to worship or be with other people. She wasn't allowed in places where she could have found comfort and support. That was not possible for her. She couldn't take part in gatherings. She couldn't even touch her own family because it was against the rules. She felt bad about her life. It's too bad she couldn't get better. It's too bad that she wasn't better than everyone else. She felt ashamed that her body was lying to her every day, and there was no end in sight. She felt bad that she had to live on the edges of society and watch other people's lives go by while hers stayed still. Everyone didn't get it. No one could understand. Nobody knew what it was like to have to carry this load year after year with no break. But inside her, something changed that made everything different. She knew about me. People heard about a rabbi who was different from the others, a healer who did the work, a teacher who let the outsiders come in, a man who touched lepers, ate with sinners, and included people who were left out. It was said that blind people could open their eyes, deaf people could hear, and paralyzed limbs could walk. In the testimonies she heard, something in her woke up that hadn't been awake for a long time. Hope. She chose to act because she was more desperate than scared. She chose to risk being embarrassed because she thought that getting better might be worth it. In spite of all religious and social rules, she chose to break them because she thought that just being near me would be enough. She didn't need to pray for a long time. She didn't need a formal service to help her get better. She did not need to be seen, called out, or approved of. All she had to do was touch me. Just the edge of my clothes. For a short time. That's enough for now. In public, she shouldn't have been there, but she pushed through a crowd anyway. For every person she touched, she technically spread germs. She broke the law every time she went into that crowd. She could have been put in jail. She might have been stoned. She might have been shamed in public and kicked out of the city. She no longer cared, though. It was worth the risk. It was worth everything to get to me. It was against the rules for her to touch anyone. Her hand reached out through the crowd, shaking with a mix of weakness, desperation, and faith. The power left me as soon as her fingers touched the edge of my clothing. It went to her. No, not because she prayed so well. Not because by some religious measure she had enough faith, but because she brought everything she still had. She had enough left over. Right away, she knew in her body that she was better. It was over in an instant after 12 years of pain. The blood stopped flowing. Her body got stronger again. She felt better after feeling ashamed. Meeting me broke the spell of loneliness that had been in her life for more than 10 years. Everything changed with one touch. I didn't let her get lost in the crowd, though. I felt her touch in the middle of a lot of people. I could hear her desperation over the other people's demands. I put everything on hold to look her in the eye and call her daughter. Not a woman, not a reject, not filthy. Daughter. I restored not just her body, but her identity. I gave her back the years that were taken from her. I brought her back into the community after she'd been living alone. I used her story of loss to show how powerful I am. I'm going to do the same thing for you now. You have been bleeding internally in ways that others cannot see. You've been losing parts of yourself, like your hope, your joy, and your plans for the future. Even though you act strong for everyone else, you've been getting weaker. Even though you are with other people, you feel alone in your pain. It's been making you feel bad about things you didn't do or deserve. For too long, you've been living on the edges of the life I had planned for you, watching as other people seem to make progress, while yours stays out of reach. You've done everything you know how to do. You've read the books, gone to the conferences, listened to the sermons, and put the ideas into practice. It seems like your prayers have hit the ceiling when you said them. You have given, grieved, served, and fasted, and you believed with all your heart until it got too hard, and you weren't sure you still had any faith. You did everything right, but you're still here. You don't know what you did wrong, or why nothing works for you the way it does for everyone else. You've reached the end of yourself. You have no more plans to use. You have used up all of your resources. You're no longer able to feel anything. You don't know what to do next, or have anything left to give. But where you end is where I begin. Type "I receive" in the comments below if you feel like you've reached that point where you know you can't do this by yourself any longer. This is your giving up. This shows that you are ready for my strength to take the place of your striving. You're not feeling this way by chance. It's an invitation to be a part of something that will last forever. It's more than kind to support this mission through Buy Me a Coffee, a link in the description, and a pinned comment. It stands with the work of sharing the gospel with people who are still looking for the truth. Letter to the Romans 1:16 says that the gospel is the power of God to save people. That power reaches another life every time you buy a coffee. You help someone reach a turning point. You help someone make a big step forward. You do something for heaven on earth. Epistle to the Galatians 6:7 says that we will get back what we put in. When you put money into God's work, you put yourself in a position to receive His provision. Do something brave if you think lives can be changed. Buy a coffee today to help this mission reach more people. When you give up trying to fix things yourself, I can do what I can do best. It's okay that you feel empty. There is a chance for my strength to shine through your weakness. A chance for my strength to shine through because you gave up. I'm about to speak life over you. No, not until you get your act together. Not when you finally understand everything. Not until a long time from now, after you have proven yourself worthy. There is no better time than now to let these words reach you. Be taken in and touch the soft spots you have been guarding. As you do this, I am breathing my spirit into the places that no longer want to fight. Your heart is being caressed with a peace that doesn't depend on things changing. The parts of you that shut down because of the pain are being touched. I'm now waking them up again. You're not weak just because you are tired. You are a person. You were never meant to carry as much weight as you are now. Your shoulders were not made to carry the weight of constant worry about the future. Your mind wasn't created to handle all issues by itself. Your heart wasn't made to handle trauma on its own. Your purpose was to work with me, to get your strength from me, to find your peace in me, and to get your direction from me. You break down when you try to work without that connection. Not because you are broken, but because you are not working the way you were meant to. You were never meant to go through life without my voice leading the way. It wasn't your job to figure things out on your own. It wasn't meant for you to be self-sufficient. You were made so that you would depend on me, work with me, and talk to me all the time. Things change when you live that way. When I help you carry your loads, they feel lighter. I give you wisdom, which helps you make decisions. The fears get smaller because I'm there to push them back. You are much stronger than you think because you are still here, listening, and open to what I have to say, even after everything you have been through. Being strong doesn't mean not being tired. Being strong doesn't mean you never get tired, down, or stressed out. Being strong means continuing to breathe even when it hurts. When you fall 1,000 times, you have to get back up again. That's strength. It takes strength to know you can't do this by yourself and ask for help. I see strength in you right now. If you can't see it in yourself, I see a fighter, even if you feel like you've lost. Even though you feel weak, I see a warrior in you. If you feel stuck, I see a person who can get through it. No matter how hard things are for you now, I see victory in your future. I can see a breakthrough coming, even though you can only see walls. And I want you to stop looking at yourself through the lens of your problems and start looking at yourself through my eyes. You have many days ahead of you. I know that reading that sentence might make you tired. When you are worn out and barely getting through each day, the thought of many more days can be overwhelming instead of hopeful. You might feel like you can't handle many more days. Maybe you're not sure how to keep going when you're already out of fuel. Some of you may be afraid that the future will bring more of the same pain, struggle, and tiredness that you have already been through. There will be more days like the ones you've been having, though. With a smile, I'm not going to promise you more of the same. You have never known days when I was with you all the time like these. There will be days when you wake up with hope instead of fear. Days when my peace keeps your heart safe, even when things are going crazy. There are times when my strength helps you, when your own fails. You'll have days when you can see my hand moving in ways that you can't explain by luck, coincidence, or positive thinking. I'm talking about days when you feel joy again, not as a feeling that goes away quickly, but as a steady state of being that comes from knowing I hold you. There are days when you dream again, because your heart has found hope again. There are days when you can laugh again, because the sadness is gone. There will be days when you can love again, after the hurts that made you afraid to open your heart. Days when you worship me again, because you have seen how good I am in real life. There are days when you're glad you didn't give up, that make you remember why you should live. That proves your best times are still ahead of you, not behind you. You need to make a choice. It wasn't a choice to be perfect. There's no need to be perfect. It wasn't a choice to know everything. You don't have to understand everything I say, but a choice to live. Really live, not just get by. Don't just be, not just do what you're told. You made the choice to live with your whole heart on me, with your whole body open to my love. Keep your eyes on me to see what I'm going to do. It's not about making yourself feel things you don't want to. You can't act happy when you're sad. You can't make hope when you're feeling hopeless. You can't make yourself feel something that isn't there. Don't act like I don't know you. Please make a decision in your mind that says yes to the life I'm giving you. Even if you're still feeling bad about it. Even if you don't feel it yet. Even if you still can't see how it's possible. I want to know if you are sure you want to say yes to me. Yes to having hope. Yes, let's heal. I agree with transformation. Yes to the future I've planned for you. Being on defense against more pain, disappointment, and loss has been how you've been living. Because you didn't want to be hurt again, you put up walls around your heart. You emotionally shut down because it was too risky for you to feel anything. Because too many people had let you down, you shut yourself off. You stopped trusting because someone broke your trust. Because your hope was dashed, you gave up. I get why. I really do. You're hurt. You were let down. You've lost hope more times than you can remember. To protect yourself from the pain you were feeling, everything you did made perfect sense. However, defense mode is not life. To stay alive. You can breathe on it, but it doesn't help you grow. You can't feel joy because it keeps you from more pain. Some people won't be able to love you or hurt you because of it. It stops disappointment, but it also stops happiness. It's really a prison that looks like safety. Also, I did not make you to be locked up. I made you to be free, to thrive, to flourish, and to be completely happy when I'm with you. And that requires being open. You have to let down your guard around me. You have to trust me with the sensitive areas you have been keeping hidden. It requires you to open your heart, which is scary to do after your heart has been broken. It takes hope, even though it seems risky to hope. You have to believe, even though believing has let me down in the past. This is what faith means. This is what it costs to be close to me. It's worth it, though. Trust me, it's worth it. I'm not going to hurt you. I'm not like the people who let you down. People make mistakes, are inconsistent, and are limited by the fact that they are broken. They hurt you, but not always because they meant to. Sometimes it was because they were hurt themselves. Sometimes they let you down because they didn't want to. but because they weren't able to be what you needed. Not always because they were mean, but because they were human, they let you down. But I'm not a person. I'm God. I am completely loyal, have unlimited power, am a consistent person, and my love for you never changes. Of course, I'm not like the things that broke you. Things can happen at random, without your control. Life happens. Sometimes it hurts. Sometimes it's unfair. And sometimes it's not clear why things get worse or better the way they do. However, I am in charge of everything. For those who love me, I make everything work out for the best. I use what the enemy meant to do harm for good. I used what was meant to hurt you to make you stronger. I used what was meant to break you to make you stronger. I'm not like the times you were let down and learned to give up hope. The things that let you down happened because you were hoping for the wrong things, the wrong time frame, or without giving up control of the outcome. But disappointment is less powerful when you put your faith in my character and the things I say I will do, instead of specific results or dates. You can trust that I am still good, working, faithful, and committed to your ultimate good, even when things don't go the way you planned. And I'd like you to let me in. Let me delve into the sadness. When you believed, but nothing happened. The prayers that didn't seem to be heard. The things you thought I said I would do, but never did. Please allow me to talk about those disappointments. Allow me to reframe them. Come with me as I explain what I was doing when it looked like I had nothing to do. Let me feel the fear. If you have anxiety, your heart beats fast at night. The fear that can take over you without warning. The stress that keeps you from being at peace in the present. The fear of losing what little strength you still have. Let me talk about those worries. Make me bigger than them. Let me show you that my perfect love takes away your fear, that you can trust me no matter what, and that I can fix anything that happens to you. Let me into your anger that you've been afraid to show. The anger you hid because you know that as a Christian, you shouldn't be angry. You've been holding in your anger because you didn't think it was okay to feel that way. You have been hiding your anger because you were afraid I would reject you if you told me about it. Let me get into all of that. I can handle your anger. No, I'm not weak. I'm not going to turn you down for being honest with me. I want you to tell me the truth, not your well-polished lie. Talk to me about the things you've been afraid to ask. The doubts that make you question whether any of this is real. The confusion over why I didn't step in when you really needed me to. You've been hiding your intellectual doubts about faith because you thought doubt was the opposite of faith. Let me answer those questions. If you wrestle with me, it's not silly. It's not a sign of lack of faith to ask tough questions. I changed Jacob's name and his fate after he fought with me. When Job asked me a question, I told him he was my servant. It's much better to have doubt that wants to connect with me than certainty that wants to avoid me. Let me into everything so I can change everything. What you won't tell me, I can't heal. I can't change something that you won't give up. I can't bring back something you won't let go of. Now don't hide from me. Say no to pretending with me. Don't do that for me. Come as you are, with all of your doubts, fears, anger, questions, and mess. Get dirty. Come broken. Don't be confused. Come just the way you are now. I'll meet you there. You can't change by working hard, being disciplined, or having strong willpower. You can change if you let it happen. In this state, you give up, open your hands, and let go of what you have been holding so tightly. Being in charge felt like the only thing that could keep you from falling apart, so you held on tight. Maybe you could stop more pain from coming your way if you just worked hard enough, handled things well enough, and stayed alert long enough. But you have your hands so tight on it that what I'm trying to give you won't fit. You have worry in your hands, even though I offer you peace. I want to bring you happiness, but your hands are full of anger. I want to help you break through, but your hands are full of patterns you've done over and over again for years. I want to give you something new, but you can't take it because you are so attached to the old. Please open your hands. Allow yourself to let go of the plan you made for how your life should go. The plan you made for when you would get married, have kids, reach certain career goals, own a house, and have enough money to live on. Let go of everything. That's not because those things are bad, but because they're making you run out of life. Trust that my timing is better than yours, even if it doesn't feel better. Give them to me. Don't stick to the plan you thought was the only way, the very clear path you were sure you needed to take to reach your goal. You thought those doors had to open, the ones you thought had to be there, the order in which you thought things had to go. Let go of everything. Let me show you 1,000 different ways to get where I want you to go. Most of them are things you have never thought of. There are other ways to do things besides your plan. It could be the wrong way to do it. Give up your plan and follow mine instead, even if they don't look anything like yours. Let go of the things you thought had to happen, the specific results you thought you needed in order to be okay. What had to happen in order for you to be at peace? The issues that needed to be fixed so that you could be content. Let go of everything. Your peace can't depend on what's going on around you, because things are always changing. Your happiness can't depend on what happens, because you can't always control what happens. Life doesn't always go the way we want it to, so your safety can't depend on things going the way you want them to. Learn to find peace in me, no matter what will happen. Learn to find happiness in my presence, no matter what happens. No matter what happens in life, learn to find safety in my character. Trust me with everything. I understand how scary this is. It feels like falling when you let go. Giving up control makes you feel like chaos. Surrendering is like losing. But you're not going to fall. You're being caught. It's not getting worse and worse for you. This is how you are being held. There's no loss for you. You're getting ahead, because you're getting me in return. Things you're afraid to lose are not worth what I'm worth. You thought you were holding yourself together, but I've been under you the whole time, holding you up. It was my strength that was flowing through you, that you thought was yours. You thought you were building resilience, but I was really just supporting you. You were carrying me when you were able to keep going, even when there was no good reason to. You have never been strong for yourself. I've had you in my arms the whole time. You just didn't know it. I want you to stop straining and rest in my hold now. Let go of your need to control everything and trust that I have it all under control. Do not wear yourself out by trying to keep everything together. Let me do it for you. I have you. I've had you all along. I'm not going to leave you now either. I am about to show you wonders you have never thought of. They're not because you worked hard for them, or used positive thinking or visualization to make them happen. They're because I love you. I'm good, and it makes me happy to give good gifts to my kids. You've been through a time when it felt like everything was being taken away, including your job, your relationships, your money, and your mental health. Things you relied on were taken away one by one, and it felt like being spanked. It seemed like someone was after you. For so much loss to happen at once, it felt like you must have done something very wrong. I wasn't punishing you, though, getting rid of anything that was in the way of what I wanted to give you. I was making room for something better in your life, heart and mind, than what you were settling for. Some of what was taken away was good, but not the best. Some of what was taken away was comfortable, but it wasn't satisfying. Some of the things that were taken away felt like they were important, but they were actually stopping you from moving into your true purpose and calling. You believe you missed time. When you think back on the last few years, you see chances that were missed and seasons that didn't lead to anything useful. You feel like you're not where you should be. You feel like you're stuck and your peers are making progress while you're not, late on the date you set for yourself, behind where you could have been if you had chosen differently, or things had gone differently. You're not behind, though. Right where I need you to be for the next thing I'm going to do. You feel like you missed a chance. That one chance that never came up. That one door that was open, but you didn't go through it fast enough, so it's shut now. It was the wrong time for that one relationship to happen. You turned down that one job offer that would have changed everything. You now feel like you missed your chance. You won't get another chance like that. That you ruined it and will always have to deal with the results. You didn't miss anything, though. In that case, I could have made it possible for you to have that thing. And if it didn't happen, it wasn't supposed to. At least, not in that way or at that time. I am the God who turns back time. I'm the one who brings back the years that locusts ate. People who had lost everything to locusts, their crops, their way of life, and their future, heard my word through the prophet Joel. It only took a few days to destroy years of planting, caring for, and hoping. While they were in terrible pain, I promised them that things would get better. Not just adding, but multiplying as well. I'll pay you back for all the years the locusts ate. I'll give back what was taken. I will make up for what was lost. Also, you will eat a lot, be full, and praise my name. I am the one who makes everything good for those who love me. Not some things. Not just the good things. Everything. Everything that goes wrong, every letdown, every loss, and every disappointment. I take it all and weave it into something beautiful, useful, and blessed that brings glory to me and good fortune to you. Giving me what you have won't waste a moment of your life. Pain makes people strong-willed. The trials make you who you are. The suffering gives us hope. And that hope doesn't let you down, because the Holy Spirit has poured my love into your heart. Every tear is now in a box, there in a bottle. I write them down in my book. Not a single tear you've shed has been ignored, brushed off, or forgotten. All of them are important to me. Every breakdown is important. Each moment of grief is important. Every emotion that hit you hard is important. I saw everything. I felt everything with you. I'm going to use everything. All of your prayers have been heard. They even felt like they couldn't go any further. Even the ones you prayed for, but weren't sure about. Even the ones you cried out in desperation when you couldn't even say what you were feeling. I heard and felt every single prayer. You didn't see an answer right away, but that doesn't mean I didn't hear you. Things weren't changing on your schedule, but that doesn't mean I wasn't working. I heard every prayer, and I am answering in my own time and way for your best. You have grown in ways that are far more valuable than what was taken away during every moment of endurance. There are some traits that can't be developed through ease and comfort, that faith can't grow without being put to the test. You can't learn to depend on me without being desperate. Compassion for others that you can't grow without going through your own pain. It is impossible to gain spiritual power without going to war. An account that can't be written down without a test. You're not weak. You're getting stronger. To get stronger, you have to face opposition, and you have already faced a lot of it. Every problem you've had to deal with has helped you grow spiritually. Each battle you've been in has helped you get ready for bigger ones to come. Every hardship you've been through has made you stronger to help others through theirs. You're not weak. You are making progress. If I finish training you, you will be so strong that the enemy can't stop you. We're not seeing you fall apart. You are being put back together. A building has to be torn down to the foundations sometimes before it can be put back together correctly. Things need to be taken apart sometimes before they can be put back together better. From my point of view, what looks like destruction to you is actually renovation. I'm putting you back together from the bottom up, from the inside out. This time, it will last. There's no loss for you. You are getting ready for a comeback that will make everyone who thought you were out loud laugh. Every doubter who said you wouldn't make it. Everyone who told you you'd never amount to anything. Each and every voice that told you to give up. Everyone who turned away from you when things got tough. Every enemy who was happy about your defeat. All of them will have to watch as I heal you, promote you, defend you, and bless you. Everyone will have to admit that God is with you because of how strong your comeback is going to be. And the first step is for you to know who you are and whose you are. You are mine. That's your first identity, your main identity, the one that shapes everything else about you. I love you more than your job title, your relationship status, your income level, your successes or failures. You are mine first. I have already said who you are before anyone else can. You are my beloved child, picked, called, and set apart for my plans. I picked you before the world was even made, before the earth was made, before time began. Before everything was made, I picked you because I saw you. This was not a coincidence. It wasn't luck. This was planned, deliberate, and clear. I chose you out of all the people who could have existed. I chose the exact mix of your DNA, personality, and gifts that would make you who you are. Oh, and I don't mess up. I knit you together while your mother was still pregnant. I made the inside of you. I secretly put you together. Every day before one of them came to be, I saw your unformed matter and wrote in my book what was planned for you. I gave you your traits, your strengths, and your interests. I gave you your mind, your creativity, and your own special way of seeing things. I gave you your body, how you look, and the abilities you have. I planned every single part of you with a specific goal in mind. I used your name to call you, not by number, not in a certain way, not because of your job or role. By name, I know you personally, deeply, and completely. I know what you're thinking before you do. Before you say a word, I know it. I know you're getting up and sitting down. I know when you come and go. I am very familiar with all of your ways. There is nothing about you that I don't know that surprises me or that makes me sad. I have written your name on the palms of my hands. When I look at my hands, I see you. It will always have your name, face, and life on it. I will never forget you, even if I try. You are always ahead of me. I think about you all the time. I will always love you. You're not a mistake. I planned you, even if your parents didn't. They may have been surprised by you, but I wasn't. I planned for you to be born. I knew for sure when and where you would be born. I chose the family you would be born into. There was no chance in any of this. It was all part of my plan to rule the world. You're not a mistake. No matter how people have treated you like you were a mistake, even if you've felt like your life is a burden at times, even if you've wished you were never born, you're not a mistake. Each and every person I make is important to me and has a part to play in my plan. You're not the only one. You are important. Your life is important. Your existence is important. You're not too much or too little. You don't show too much emotion, are too sensitive, or are too intense. You're not too down, too broken, or too far gone. You're not too old, too young, or too late. You are not good enough, inadequate, or lacking. You are not smart enough, talented enough, or deserving enough. You are exactly the person I made you to be. In fact, I need you to be just that. I'm proud to be your parent. I'm not embarrassed by you. I am not let down by you. Not because I am mad at you. It's okay for me to be proud of you now, not when you have everything together. Right now, I'm proud of you. Glad you didn't give up. Proud of how strong you are. Proud of the way your heart keeps reaching for me, even when you feel like you're not close. You should be proud that your faith doesn't go out even when everything around you tries to do so. You can't lose, because my love is stronger than anything else. This was written with full confidence by the Apostle Paul, who had been through a lot of pain, hardship, and persecution that most people will never know. It's not trouble. You can't be separated from my love by hard times. Not bad mood. Even the worst things in the world can't separate you from my love. Not persecution. No matter what happens, no one can take away my love for you. Not hunger. Not having enough money can't keep you from my love. Not being naked. Shame and humiliation can't keep you from loving me. Not danger. Threats to your safety can't keep you from my love. Not sword. Death can't take away my love from you, not life or death. My love for you lasts whether you are alive or dead. No angels or kings or queens, I love you, and nothing in heaven or on earth can take it away from you. Not things that are happening now, or things that will happen in the future. There is nothing going on in the world, right now or in the future, that can separate you from my love. No, not power. There is no power, authority, or dominion that can separate you from my love. Not depth or height. There is no space, time, or dimension that can separate you from my love. nor anything else in the whole world. Paul talked about every possible topic, and then added this last sentence to make sure nothing was missed. There is nothing in the world that can separate you from my love in Christ Jesus. That means you can't lose. Not because you're strong by yourself. You're not. No, not because you're strong enough to handle any attack. You're not. But because I hide you, nothing can get to you without going through me first. My blood is all over you. My spirit has sealed you. You are safe because I'm here. My angels watch over you. My favor is all around you like a shield. The enemy has been trying to make you think that you've lost. He has been playing over and over in your mind all the times you failed. You should feel bad about every mistake, sin, missed goal, and disappointment you caused. He plays them over and over to try to make you believe that you are not qualified, that you are broken, and that you can never be saved. He lies, though. He has lied all his life. He is the one who spreads lies, and every charge he makes against you has already been met with my blood. He has been making your flaws look worse, and my strengths look better. He wants you to think about how bad you are, so you forget how good I am. He wants you to worry about your limits all the time, so that you don't notice my limitless power. You should worry about what you can't do, so you don't see what I can do through you. But I am not limited by what you're limited by. Your weakness doesn't hold me back. In fact, when I'm weak, my strength shines through. You are strong when I am weak, because my strength fills in where yours leaves off. He has been telling her in a whisper that it's too late, that you're not able to catch up, which means you are no longer part of my plans, that the best chances have already been taken away from you, that you should accept less than what I promised because you no longer deserve my best. But I never think it's too late. I specialize in miracles at the 11th hour. I am the God of suddenly. It takes you years to change something that I can change in an instant. You haven't ruled yourself out of my plans. You can't get yourself kicked out. My calling and gifts can't be taken away. What I want for your life doesn't change based on how well you do. You don't have to be perfect for my plans to work out for you. Their trust depends on me being honest, and I'm always loyal. You have been giving him your attention instead of mine, because he knows how to play on your fears. His voice has been louder. Anger, shame, and accusations have made it impossible for me to be heard. I am sorry to cut you off, but I have to speak up now. His words can't be heard over my truth. Also, I need you to pay attention to my voice, to get used to the way my voice sounds, to know the difference between when I'm talking and when the enemy is lying. My voice makes things happen. His voice kills. My voice gives people hope. His voice makes me sad. My voice frees people. His voice binds us together. My voice makes you stronger. His voice breaks your heart. My voice tells people who you are. His voice tells everyone how ashamed you are. My voice tells you what will happen. His voice brings up your past. Find out the difference. Pick to listen to mine. You are meant to live. Do more than just breathe. Not just get by. Don't just be. Live, though, with a reason, a fire, and strength. Feel everything. Be fully present and live fully alive. Feel joy rising inside you as you live. Keep your heart and mind safe with peace. Spread love to everyone around you as you live. Have hope that keeps your soul stable. Believe things that can't be seen. This is your fate. This is the reason I made you. This is why I kept you. This is what I want you to do. Your paths will eventually cross in places where you have only seen resistance. The ones where things have been going badly for years and years. No matter how hard you work, your money never seems to move forward. The health problems that doctors can't figure out how to fix. That hurt inside that won't heal. The habits that keep you from moving forward. The mental walls that keep you locked up. A breakthrough is on the way. That's not because you finally got the formula right. It's because my time has come. It is inevitable that relationships that have been broken will be fixed. You haven't talked to that family member in years. The friend you broke up with and lost. The marriage that is just about to fall apart. The kid who ran off. I fix things up. I bring back the years that the locusts ate. I put together old ruins. I fix the whole. I fix things that aren't straight. I will put back together what the enemy broke. I will fix what has been broken. I will put back together what has been broken. You are meant to walk in health, wholeness, and plenty, not being sick, but being healthy. I am the Lord who makes you well, not being broken, but being whole. I change everything, not lack, but plenty. I came so that you could have a long and happy life. This is what I want for you. Not lack of food, sickness, and broken things, but healing, restoration, and provision. I'm a good dad who gives my kids nice gifts. I've also got some nice gifts ready for you. You are meant for more than what you currently have. You haven't been living up to your rights as my child. You've been taking crumbs when I've set out a feast. You've been getting your water from broken cisterns, but I am a living water spring. You've been living in the desert when I have a promised land ready for you. You gave up, though, because you didn't know any better, or because you didn't think you deserved better, or because you were too tired to do better. But I'm making you expect more. I'm making your vision bigger. You are becoming more open to receiving what I want to give you, and that fate is not up in the air, depending on how well you do. It's not a reward for being good. The only way to get it is to be good enough, do enough, or achieve enough. My promise makes it safe. I said I would. I'm going to do it. I said it. It will happen because I will make it happen. You don't have to earn it. You just have to accept it. Not to reach it, but to have faith in it. To let it happen, not to make it happen. I want you to bring back the dreams you put away. The ones you gave up on because they looked too hard to do. The ones you killed because you couldn't see a way to move forward. People told you they were stupid, unrealistic, or too big for someone like you, so you gave up on them. You didn't have those dreams, though. I gave you those dreams. They weren't just random wants that came to you. They were messages from God about what I wanted to do with your life. It doesn't mean they won't happen just because they haven't yet. I am the God who made Abraham a son when he was 100 years old and Sarah was 90 years old. A son was born to a couple who were too old to have children and had given up on ever having a child. They tried to make it happen their own way and messed things up. However, the promise came true at the right time. Isaac was born. Nothing is impossible for me, so the impossible became real. Type Amen in the comments right now if you believe that I can do anything, even with what you're going through. Let your faith go from hope that you don't say to agreement that you do. Say it with confidence. You are not the only one who gets this message. There are other people who want to hear the same truth that made you stronger. Jesus said in the Gospel of Matthew 9:37 that the harvest is plenty. Giving to this cause through Buy Me a Coffee is like joining the harvest. Your gift helps the truth get out there. It makes believers stronger. It gets to people who are quietly pleading for help. In Gospel of Luke 6:38, Jesus showed kingdom exchange when he said, "Give, and it will be given to you." What you let go of goes into God's plan, and what goes into God's plan grows. You are planting for salvation, restoration, and renewed faith when you buy a coffee. Now is your chance. Take a faith-filled step forward. Put your money into what God is building, and trust Him to breathe more than what you let go of. I'm the one who made water appear from rocks and bread fall from the sky. I took care of a whole country in the middle of a desert with no natural food sources. I provided for them miraculously for 40 years. Because I'm not limited by natural resources, I met needs that couldn't be met by natural means. I make resources when there aren't any. I find a way when there isn't one. I am the one who stopped the sun so Joshua could finish the battle. I changed the way nature worked to give my servant what he needed to do what I wanted. I broke the rules of physics because my goals are more important than the rules of nature. I am in charge of everything. I say do it. It does what I say, and I will do whatever needs to be done to make my promises come true in your life. I am the God who brings the dead back to life. I brought my own son back from the dead. Lazarus had been dead for 4 days, but I brought him back to life. I brought the daughter of Jairus back to life. I stopped a funeral procession to help raise the son of a widow. Death does not have the last word on me. I am the risen Christ and the living one. What you think is dead is what I see as ready to be raised from the dead. This is God. With a word, I turned water into wine, walked on water, and stopped storms. I often did things that seemed impossible, not to brag or impress others, but to show that I am God, that I am in charge, and that nothing is impossible for me. I haven't changed either. I haven't changed at all since yesterday. I can still do what I did back then. In the Bible, the miracles you read about are real events. These are examples of what I can do. I can do the same things now as I could then. I can do anything. And you can make your dreams come true. Not because of what you can do, but because of how my power works in and through you. Stop putting limits on me with the way you naturally think. Don't rule out things just because they look too hard, too late, or not likely. Don't put my promises in a box marked impossible. Everything is possible with me. I want you to trust me on this. Really believe that. Change your ideas about what's possible in your life with that truth. You have to choose to live, though. You have to decide to have hope again. You need to decide to believe again. Not with a weak faith based on wishful thinking that goes away as soon as things get tough, but with a strong belief that I am who I say I am and will do what I say I will do. This faith isn't naive. It is not cut off from the real world. It doesn't act like everything is okay when it's not. This faith doesn't try to hide the truth. It speaks of a higher reality. It takes into account what is and is sure of what will be, because I said it. Abraham had this kind of faith. He had hope even when there was no reason to. It was obviously not possible based on the facts. His body looked like it was dead. Sarah's womb was no longer alive. He didn't lose faith, though, when he thought about his own body. The truth didn't bother him when he faced it. There was no doubt in his mind that he was too old to have a child. I think he just thought I was better than that. He told everyone about me how great I was by being sure I could keep my promise. He was found to be righteous because of his faith. This is the faith of David, who, as a shepherd boy in his teens, stood in front of a 9-foot giant and said, "The battle is mine." Everyone else saw that it was impossible. David saw a chance for me to show how powerful I am. Everyone else ran away in fear. David had faith as he ran toward the battle. It wasn't because he was brave, not because he was so good at what he did, but he knew me. He believed in me. He also thought I would fight for him. Daniel had this kind of faith. Even though he was told he would die for praying, he kept praying anyway. He trusted me more than he was afraid of what would happen. His relationship with me was more important to him than his own safety. I also shut lions' mouths to keep him safe. In honor of his faith, I did a miracle. This is the faith of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. They told the king that they would not bow down to his idol, even if I did not save them from the fire. They didn't need me to do what they wanted for their faith to work. Their faith was based on who I am, not on what would happen. I joined them in the fire. I didn't keep them from the fire. I went through it with them. And when they were done, their clothes didn't even smell like smoke. This is the faith I want you to have. That kind of faith that stays strong even when things look bad. Faith that believes in my character, even though you can't see my hand. That faith that trusts my words even when there is evidence they won't happen. I have faith that stays true to me even when it costs a lot. This is the faith that makes me happy. This faith makes me want to do something. This kind of faith makes miracles happen. Finally, if you know that this is the time when you need consistent direction and prophetic support, please subscribe right away. Say that you are aligning yourself with every promise God has made over your life as you do this. It's more than just following a channel. Setting yourself up to stay connected to the words is what will make you stronger and more ready for what's next. Because you don't want to be let down again, you have been afraid to hope. That makes perfect sense to me. The heart is sick from hope deferred. It hurts when you hope for something and it doesn't happen. It hurts when you believe in something and it doesn't come true. When you trust me to make something happen and it doesn't, it makes you doubt me. You've been through this more than once. And now, you're not sure. You don't want to put your heart out there again, because you don't know if you can handle another letdown. But my hope is not hope that has been put off. There is now hope. Yes, I will keep my word. In Christ, every promise I've made comes true. I'm not a God who might exist. I'm not an I will test God. I am a it's done God. The things I've said will happen. It might not happen. It couldn't happen. Will happen. As a man, I won't lie, and as a son of man, I won't change my mind. Have I said it, and will I not do it? Have I spoken, and will I not keep my word? What I've said about your life will come true. Much of your disappointment has come from not getting things on time. They didn't happen the way you thought they would, which has caused you a lot of trouble. But in the best way possible, That makes your life full and brings glory to my name. I am in charge of the how and the when. It's up to you to trust, believe, and stay true while you wait. I know it's hard to wait. I know it seems like nothing is going on, but I work all the time, even when I can't see it. Even more so when you can't see it. There you are in the tomb, but I want you to come out now. You've been living like Lazarus did after he died, inside a dark tomb, wrapped in grave clothes and cut off from the rest of the world. Some of you died. Hope passed away. Dreams died. Joy passed away. And you've been living a kind of living death, doing the right things but not really living. I told Lazarus to rise from the dead after 4 days, and I'm telling you to do the same. Come out of the place where you are dead and back into life. Yes, you have been shackled by lies, restrictions, and labels. What other people told you you could or could not do. Tagged with your past, your mistakes, and your failures. Lied to by your enemy, other people, and even your own negative thoughts. You haven't been able to move around freely or enjoy life the way I wanted you to, because of these grave clothes. But my voice can bring something back to life that has died. Death could not hold Lazarus when I called him. I will bring you back to life, and nothing can hold you back. There is no such thing as a too deep grave. It's never too late to die. Things can always get worse. I am the risen Christ and the living one. I speak life into things that are dead. When I breathe on dry bones, they come back to life. I say what things aren't as if they were. My words of resurrection are over your faith, your hopes, your dreams, your joy, and your purpose. Come out. Get out of the tomb. Get back to living. It's possible that you believe that too much has happened to be fixed, that there's been too much damage, that it's been too long. That way too many chances have been lost. That way too many bonds have been broken, that there are too many words that can't be taken back. There is now too much water under the bridge. But the way you think is natural. It sounds like you're thinking about what people can do. You're also right that some things can't be fixed from a human point of view. You can't take back some things. Some things can't be brought back. But I am the God of resurrection. I'm an expert at making death come to life, ashes into beauty, grief into joy, and hope into despair. What you think is finished is what I see as the beginning of a miracle. I'm not limited by what nature can do. I work in the supernatural, and anything is possible in the world of the supernatural. Joseph's brothers lied to him because they hated him so much that they wanted to kill him. He was thrown into a pit and left there. After that, they changed their minds and sold him as a slave. They dipped his coat in animal blood and showed it to their dad to make him think Joseph was dead. Jacob cried for years because he thought his favorite son was dead. But Joseph was still alive but a slave in another country. Egypt's Potiphar bought Joseph and gave him his land. He was loyal, worked hard, respected me, and worked his way up to a position of trust and power in Potiphar's house. Things looked like they were getting better. He may have thought the pain was over. He might have thought that things were finally getting better. Potiphar's wife then made up a false charge against him, and he was sent to prison for a crime he did not commit. He was locked up for years. A lie took years off of his life. He stayed in jail for years and watched other prisoners come and go. Years of being afraid I had forgotten about him. If the boy's dreams, I told him, would ever come true, if there was any reason for the pain. Two of Pharaoh's servants who were locked up with him asked him to interpret their dreams. One was put back where he belonged, and Joseph asked him to remember him and talk to Pharaoh for him. The man forgot, though. Joseph stayed in jail for 2 more years, while the man he helped went back to his own life and forgot about him. More than 10 years of pain, more than 10 years of wrongdoing. They were wrongfully jailed for more than 10 years, forgotten, and forced to wait for justice that never came. Joseph could have easily become angry. It would have been easy for him to give up on the dreams I gave him. His thought that he had been knocked down too many times in life to get back up would have made sense. That I didn't stay true. They were stupid to trust me. However, he chose to stay true. He chose to serve me even though his situation made it look like I had left him. Many things pointed to the fact that I did not have a plan, but he chose to believe me. He picked to honor me in jail the same way he did in Potiphar's house. It didn't get into his heart to be bitter. He didn't let unfair things turn him bitter. He did not give up when things went wrong. Everything changed in one day. None of Pharaoh's wise men could figure out what his dream meant. The cupbearer suddenly thought of Joseph. Joseph was freed from jail, cleaned up, and then shown to Pharaoh. He told Pharaoh what his dream meant and how to get ready for the coming famine. And Pharaoh gave him a promotion right away. He went from jail to palace in one day. He went from being forgotten to being liked in one day. He went from being a victim to a winner in one day. Not because things got better for him over time. Not because he got out of trouble one step at a time. Because my time came, though. And when the right time comes, I get promoted quickly. Vindication comes quickly. Restoration takes a short time. Breakthroughs happen quickly. You go from being in the dungeon to being in front of Pharaoh and being given power over an entire nation in an instant. I'm not telling you this to promise a magic moment that will make everything better right away. I'm telling you this to show you that I am always working, even when you can't see it. Joseph's time as a slave and in prison was not wasted. They were years of getting ready. It took me building up his character, wisdom, humility, and trust in me so that he could handle what I was about to give him. I would have killed him if I had promoted him when he was 17, still full of pride and immaturity from his dreams of being great. He would have become bad because of the power. He would have lost his cool because of the job. It would have been hard to carry the blessing. He wasn't ready yet, but he was ready after years of pain, having to learn to trust me in the dark, serving me faithfully when no one was looking, and being honest even when it cost him everything. The blessing couldn't hurt what had been burned and made better. You have been in a time of getting ready. Things have been hard. It hurts a lot. It seems like it's gone on forever. You keep asking me when it will be over, when things will get better, and when the pain will end. But I haven't been telling you off. I've been making you. I have been working on you in a way that can't be done through ease and comfort. I have been making you stronger in a way that can only be done with fire. You would never have learned to depend on me the way I have taught you if life had been easy. You're almost done with it. It's getting warmer now. Do you feel it? Things are different in the air. Things that seemed stuck are starting to move. Things that felt closed are starting to open up. Things that seemed impossible are starting to look like they might be possible again. The answer to your prayers is getting closer than you think. You have to shift with it, though. No matter what the season is, you can't think like you did last year. Holding on to negative thoughts will stop you from making progress. You can't get what I want to give you all at once if you hold on to the pain of what was taken away. Changes need to happen in the way you think and feel. A change in how you see yourself, a change in how you see me, a change in the way you think about the future. You have to decide to see yourself the way I do. You have to decide to trust what I say about you more than what your life has been telling you. To align your thoughts with mine and your view with mine, you must choose to do so. To renew your mind does not just happen. Taking every thought captive and making it obey my truth is something I do every day. When you feel like you're not good enough, you need to catch that thought before it takes over your life, and you need to change it to my truth. The truth is that you were made in a fearful and wonderful way. The truth is that I called you by name before you were born. My truth says that you are my handiwork. I made you in Christ Jesus to do good things that I planned ahead of time for you to do. It is important to catch the thought that you have failed too many times, that your past makes you unfit, or that you are broken, and replace it with my truth. The truth tells me that my mercies are fresh every morning. How great is my loyalty! My truth says that everyone who is in Christ is a new person. Things that were old are no longer around. Everything is different now. My truth tells you that I no longer remember your sins. I have taken away your sins as far away from you as the east is from the west. You need to catch the thought that nothing will ever change, that you are stuck, and that this is how your life will always be, and replace it with my truth. I am making everything new, says my truth. My truth tells me that sadness may last all night, but happiness will come in the morning. I know the plans I have for you, and they are good plans that will not hurt you. They are plans that will give you hope and a future. This isn't just thinking positively. This is war with the spirit world. Your mind is the battlefield, and the enemy has been making progress because you believe his lies. You give a lie power over your life every time you believe it. When you tell yourself a lie, you give that lie power to change your reality. But when you speak my truth, declare my word, and align your thoughts with mine, you beat the lies and give the truth strength. I'm giving you weapons to defend yourself. My word cuts through things. It's alive and well, and it's sharper than any two-edged sword. Soul and spirit are split apart, as are joints and marrow. It judges what people think and feel in their hearts. I give you power that the enemy can't handle when you speak my word. You are strong because of my Spirit. When the Holy Spirit comes on you, you will have power. Not your own power, not power that you need to make, but I give you power. Power that goes through you, power that lets you do things you could never do by yourself. My truth will protect you. This is your faith shield, which can stop all of the evil one's fiery darts. You hold up the shield of my truth when the enemy shoots accusations, condemnations, fear, and doubt. Those arrows are stopped. They can't get through. They can't hurt you. They can't hurt you. You are safe as long as you hold up the shield of faith in my truth. Strongholds will start to fall apart as you use these weapons. Thought patterns that have held you back for years will end. You will lose the beliefs that have kept you small, scared, and stuck. Also, you'll start to become the whole person I made you to be. Not right away. Not without work. Slowly, though. All the time, every day at a time. One thought at a time. One choice at a time. You have faith and hope because of me. Not as far off ideas that sound good in theory, but don't change much in real life. However, as real things that change how you wake up, how you go about your day, how you deal with problems, how you talk to other people, how you pray, how you worship, and how you see your future. Faith that makes you brave enough to move forward even when you can't see the whole way. Faith that makes you do what you're told even when it doesn't make sense. Faith that makes you trust even when you're scared. Hope that keeps you steady when the storms around you get bad. I hope that keeps you steady when everything else seems to be shaken. That should give you something to hold on to when it seems like everything else is falling apart. Hope that goes beyond what is happening now and focuses on the things I have promised. Hope that can see what can't be seen, believe what can't be believed, and receive what can't be received. I'm putting these gifts inside you right now. They don't need to be worked up. They are not something you have to make by sheer determination. All you have to do is get them. Let your hands go. Let your heart open. Take what I'm giving you. Let me into your heart. It's not the level where you keep things neat and stable. The person you show the world is not the real you, the level below, the real level. The spot where you've been hiding your real emotions, problems, and doubts. The spot where you hide the anger you don't want to show. This is where you keep the questions you're afraid to ask. The spot where you hide the sadness you can't figure out how to deal with. I'm not scared of your mess. Your questions don't surprise me. Your anger doesn't bother me. I'm not shocked that you have doubts. I know you. I know all of you. The good and the bad, the strong and the weak, the healing and the hurting. I love everything about you, even the parts that are hard for you to love, even the parts you don't want other people to see. I need all of you, not just the parts that you agree with, because I can't heal what you won't tell me. I won't be able to touch your wounds as long as you keep them hidden from me. As long as you hide your pain, I won't be able to help you. Telling yourself that everything is fine won't help me figure out what's wrong. I can't change something that you won't give up. I can't take over if you hold on to power. If you don't want to go my way, I won't show you mine. I can't tell you what my plan is if you stick to yours. I can't bring back something you won't let go of. I can't show you the future if you hold on to the past. I can't make you happy if you hold on to anger. I can't give you peace if you hold on to your offenses. You need to let go. Your hands need to be open. You need to let go of what you've been holding on to, so I can give you what I've been holding for you. Bring your sadness to me, the hopes that died, the prayers that didn't seem to be heard. At least the way you thought they would be answered. What you thought I promised that didn't happen the way you thought it would. Put them down at my feet, and I'll speak life over them. I will bring some of them back to life in their original form. The thing you prayed for will come true. Others, I will bring back to life in a way that is better than what you had in mind. You'll see that what I planned was better than what you asked for. But if you give them to me, None of them will go to waste. Bring your fear to me, the stress that wakes you up at night and makes your heart race, the fear that comes out of nowhere, the worry about the future that makes you feel bad right now, the fear of having to face another day, the worry about getting hurt again, the worry that you will fail again, the fear of always being the same. That doesn't mean you should act like those feelings don't exist. I'm not telling you to say no to them. Please give them to me so they don't have any power over you. Fear is gone because of my perfect love. Fear has no power over you when you are rooted in my love. Bring me how tired you are, being worn out that sleep doesn't help with, the tiredness that gets into your bones, the weight on your mind that comes from carrying too much for too long, the mental fatigue that makes it hard to make choices, the weariness in your spirit that makes it hard to pray, worship, or even read my word. I am your rest, not just short-term relief, but deep soul rest that makes you feel better all over. Come to me when you're tired. Do not try to get through it on your own. Do not try to show that you are strong enough. I can give you the strength you need if you come to me. You've been trying hard while I've been giving you grace. You've been performing while I've been being present. What you've been trying to do while I've been accepting it. You don't have to work harder to live a faith-filled life. It's not about getting more done, being more, or being more successful. It's about having more faith. Living in me is what it's about. Keeping in touch with me. Getting your life from me. I'm the vine. You're the branch. A branch doesn't have to work hard to make fruit. Part of a tree doesn't think about whether what it does is enough. A branch stays attached to the vine, and fruit grows naturally because of that attachment. The branch gets its life from the vine, and fruit comes from it. You're tired from all the work you've put into trying to make fruit on your own. But if you stay in me and connect with me through prayer, worship, and giving up, fruit will come without you having to work for it. When you connect to me, who is love, love will flow out of you naturally. Knowing that I'm with you will make you feel joyful. Because you rest in me, peace will guard your heart. You will have more patience as you trust my timing. You will treat each other with kindness because my heart is shaping yours. Your choices will be based on goodness because my nature is shaping your character. Because you are seeing my faithfulness, you will be more faithful in your relationships. Because you've been gentle with me, it will soften the way you respond. Because my spirit gives you power, you will be able to control your urges. You can't just be disciplined and get this. You get it as long as you stay in me. Let go of the idea that I need to be better and rest in the fact that I am enough. Don't try to earn my favor. Instead, start receiving it. Don't try to prove how valuable you are. Just know that you are valuable because you are mine. You are getting new life right now from me. This isn't a sign. This isn't just fancy language. Right now, I'm in fact breathing my spirit into you. When I touch you, I feel parts of you that have been numb, the parts that shut down to keep you from hurting more. I'm slowly waking them up. Be careful. Quite soft. I am putting back together the pieces of you that were broken. The broken parts were caused by trauma. The parts that were crushed by sadness. The pieces were broken by betrayal. I'm putting the pieces back together. They are stronger, smarter, and more beautiful than they were before, but not exactly the same. And I'm doing it with so much love, care, and tenderness that you might not even know it until you look back and see how far you've come. It's not always loud when I change things. It isn't always exciting. It can be quiet and slow at times. A small change in how you look at things can sometimes make all the difference. As a wound heals slowly, you may not even be aware that you still have one. It's sometimes the slow process of trusting again after being lied to. There are times when it's the slow return of hope after despair. Do not look down on small starts. Don't write off the work I'm doing in peace just because it's not exciting. Changes that are very deep only you and I can see happen in a secret place. The most powerful change takes place in your heart, where no one else can see it. And you'll wake up one day and see that you're not the same person you used to be. You'll see how much you've grown, healed, and changed when you look back. You'll know it was me. I'm happy for you. I understand that you don't feel like you've accomplished anything noteworthy. I know that when you look back on your life, you see how you have failed. I know that you feel like you don't measure up when you look at other people, but I see something else. You have courage that a lot of people never get. The guts to keep going even though it would have been easier to give up. The guts to keep believing even though it would have been easier to give up. You had the guts to keep reaching for me when you could have given up. I see that you will not give up. You've been knocked down many times, but you keep getting back up. You've been turned down, let down, hurt, and lost things, but you're still here. Still going strong, still holding on, still having faith. That's not being weak. That's what strength is. I see a heart that won't leave me, even if you don't understand what I'm doing. A heart that turns toward me even when I don't say anything. A heart that looks for me even when you can't feel me. I feel very moved by that kind of love. I really like that kind of faith. Love like that makes me proud to be your parent. You're not a loser. You are a work of art in progress. I'm the artist. Everything you do has a purpose. Every shadow makes the light stand out. Every dark spot makes the bright spot stand out more. And when you're done, you'll look back on your life and see beauty, where you now see wounds. Where you feel pain now, you will see a reason for it. You'll see glory where you see shame right now. There will be a story worth telling, a story that should be told, a life worth living. We're not done yet, though. There's still work to do. There are still hurts that need to get better. There's still stuff to break. There are still lies that need to be changed to truths. Your spirit still needs to be filled with truths that change the way you think and live. You have to stay with me during this whole thing. Remember not to run when it hurts. No matter how you feel, don't shut down. When the pain comes back, don't numb yourself. Stay in the present. Keep your door open. Stay ready to give up. Allow me to complete my task. That's not what this is about. It's about moving forward. It's not important to know everything. It's about moving forward. Don't worry about how strong you feel. It's about letting my strength grow in your weakness. You don't need to have everything in order. All you have to do is keep coming. When you don't feel like it, keep coming to me. Even if you're not sure, keep listening for my voice. Keep letting me into your heart, even when you don't feel anything. Even when it seems hard, keep choosing to believe. Just show up. Just that is all I want. Just show up, and I'll take care of the rest. I'm with you. not in a faraway way, not in a broad, vague way, but in a very real and personal way. Right now, I'm in the room with you. I'm next to you more than your breath. I know more about what you're going through than you do. I know every thought before it comes to you. I feel all of your feelings before you say them. I can see every tear before it hits the ground. I'm also working in your life, setting things up behind the scenes, putting things in their right places, and clearing the way for what's to come. You're not walking by yourself. You've never been by yourself. Even when you felt like you were all by yourself, when you screamed and there was silence, when you thought I had forgotten about you or stopped caring about you, I was there. You couldn't take another step because you were on my back. When you felt like you were going to fall apart, I held you together. It was me who spoke life over you, while you spoke death over yourself. I fought for you when you were too tired to do it yourself. I'm still doing that. Wonderful things are coming up that I can't wait to show you. There will be times when you can't breathe. Breakthroughs that'll make you cry with happiness. Links that will bring back what was lost. Chances that will let you through doors you thought were permanently shut. Healing that will get to the deepest wounds and make you whole in ways you never thought possible. That will meet your needs, even if you haven't said them out loud. There will be so much joy in a heart that has known sadness. There will be peace in places that have only known chaos. Love that will fill up places that have been hurting from being empty. I'm not making this up. That's not just empty words to make you feel better for a moment. Because I hold your future, I can tell you what I see happening. I can see it well. And I'd like to ask you to help me make it happen. Not by working hard, but by having faith. Not by pushing, but by giving in. Not by being in charge, but by having faith. You can trust me with your timetable. Trust me with the way you do things. Put your family and friends in my care. Put your money in my hands. Put your health in my hands. Give me your dreams. Feel free to tell me about your bad feelings. Do not be afraid to ask me questions. Put all of your trust in me. At this moment, if you choose trust over fear, write "I trust you" in the comments. Take that step of faith. You should choose to let go of control and rest in my hands. You can trust me. I have never let down someone who trusted me. I'm not going to start with you either, believe me. Amen. Share this message with someone who needs to hear it if it moved you. To get this blessing, type Amen in the comments. Sign up for this channel to get more messages of hope and comfort. Don't forget that God is talking to you directly, that His words bring life and peace, and that He is always with you. You're not by yourself. You are loved very much. The way you look is changing. The best is still to come. Before we get to the end of this powerful story, let's take a moment to reflect on this deep truth. You did not find this message by accident. This is not a stroke of luck. It is a direct message from Archangel Michael to you. He's extending his hand and inviting you into a protected, high-vibrational community where divine abundance is not just a hope, but a promise. This sacred principle is very simple, but it can change your whole life. If you follow it, you won't just receive blessings. They will be multiplied and flow into every part of your life. By accepting this invitation right now, you are unlocking immediate, early access to powerful content and divine insights that are hidden from the general world. Now is your chance to enter a sacred space where you will receive spiritual guidance, unwavering support, and speedy progress toward your destiny. Do not let this sacred moment of destiny pass you by. Your breakthrough is waiting. Join Archangel Michael's inner circle immediately through the exclusive link in the description. This is how you guarantee you never miss the direct, personalized messages that are specifically meant to elevate and empower your life. If you desire to deepen your connection, the link is waiting for you in both the pinned comment and the description. And for those who feel called to amplify this work, a link to purchase the guided ebook is available, which is completely optional, but your presence, attention, and energy already mean the world. Take the step. Your abundance awaits.